How to trade Asian session high like a pro. In this video, I want to teach you exactly how you can trade the Asian session high like a professional. The first thing we must understand is the timing. So first, we have to understand the timing in the during the Asian session and the timing during the London session. So this is actually London session strategy. However, we need the Asian session to pick our range, the range which we intend to trade. Okay, so the first thing that we must do is that we have to understand our time. And what are the time? Asian time, we have it as 12 a.m to 7 a.m GMT plus 1 time, GMT time or UTC time. All right, so now this timing is very important because it will tell us exactly when and enter our trades. Okay, so we need to mark out the high and the low of the Asian box. Okay, so we don't want to do anything in pre-London session open, and London session opens 8 a.m to 11 a.m. so this is our time window. Okay, now this is the particular time I require, this is the particular time that we will need for this particular strategy. So the next thing is this. Before we go to this, let me explain this to us. Now this can be likened as the Asian candle. So let's assume this is an Asian candle. So this could be the inside bar. All right, so first we have the candle, price opened here, traded to the downside. All right, traded to this zone, pushed down and closed here. So immediately this happened, the next one opened right here. Okay, pushed up. So what was this? This is a liquidity sweep. So we have a sweep of liquidity. So immediately this is confirmed, we need to go to the lower time frame. We don't have to wait for this candle to close first, because this could be the 1 hour candle, it could be the 4 hour candle. You know that for each session we have 4 hour candles for each session. All right, so we have 4 hour candles, and we have 12 candles for each session. Okay, so we have 4 hour candle, rather we have 4 hours in one session. We have 4 hours in one session, and we have 20 inside one session. Now what can we make do with this information? How can we use this information? You see, immediately the Asian session close is going to close with the body, is going to close with let's say this 4 hours. So let's say close and the next 4 hour candle have opened and price trades above. First, we need to know our buyers. Now I know you might have been asking, okay, so how do I know if price breaks this and it will not continue like this? Price breaks out trend or consolidate. So those are the three things price does. So it's either it breaks, pulls back, or breaks out like this and trend, which is the continuation, or ranges. So how do you know the price that will trend, the price that will reverse, and the one that will change? Meanwhile, if you have not liked the video yet, I encourage you now, okay, and subscribe to the channel. All right, so I also want to use this opportunity to welcome you to 2025. You're welcome. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do after I believe we have been able to establish this. So the next thing we want to do is this. So going to this diagram, what do we see? What can we see? We see this the Asian session, and this liquidity, price swept liquidity in pre-London session open, which is before our trading time. Price comes, sweep this high, and what is our confirmation? Now there are different confirmation. We can get it as a pattern, probably M pattern like this, can get it as a change of character. Now you see different names. So let me give you an example. All right, so let's say we have this change of character. ICT students will call this market structure shift. You understand? Support and resident traders will call this a break and retest. Okay, you see, and if you look at the shape, it's the same thing as M shape. All right, so this is the neckline. So don't allow anybody to deceive you in 2025. Okay, we're all trading almost the same thing. It's just that different names have been given to them. So you just make sure you learn, make money. Don't impress anybody, make money. All right, making money is the goal. The more you start impressing people, the less money you are going to make. The people that make money the most in this industry are people that don't impress others, right? They believe in what they are doing, they trust in their strategy, in the process, and that's exactly how every one of us should react this year. So immediately we've seen this. First, we also need to understand, probably seeing a displacement here will actually help. Either a displacement, fair value gap, whatever you want to call it, will also help. So let's go to the chart. I just hope you understand the fundamentals. Okay, so how do we know that this will be a reversal setup? And I'm going to show you in the chart. Let me show you that one in the chart. So there is what we call the template, the weekly template. We have the sessional template and the daily template. So this particular template I want to show you is the backside of the week template. The idea is that we use previous price action to determine the future price action. Okay, so we are going to be using this as an example, and it's wise that we pay attention to details. So this is let's start from the week. Okay, let's start from the whole week, because it is very important, and we don't have to leave this 5-minute time frame. Meanwhile, these lines are just previous days high and lows. All right, it helps us to understand the signal, the particular signal we are trading. Okay, so every Monday is usually the opening range. Tuesday is the initial balance. So what does that mean? Tuesday continues the movement of Monday, and either Tuesday and Monday tends to create the high and the low of the week for the whole week. So if you can understand Monday and Tuesday, you happen Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which is so. In this day we have Monday as what? We have Monday opening range. We have Tuesday as our initial balance. So price broke Monday's high, okay, and pulled back. And where did price close? Price closed outside the range. Okay, so now it's called 3 days breakout. So let's use a sticky text, anchor text rather. So we have what we call this 3 days. Now, once we identify 3 days, the 4th day we should expect a sell. So in expecting a sell, we can use this Asian strategy nicely. So it's the same thing. Okay, so the first thing we want to map out here is the close. Okay, so let's make this green. All right, so the of each day's range. So price came in, closed above it, and Tuesday opened, closed above, you see, broke previous day's high and closed above it. So that's how many days breakout now? 2 days breakout. So wait for the 3rd day. The 3rd day breakout. This is the 3rd day breakout. 3. So we have it as what? We have 1, we have 2, and we have 3. So what is this telling us? The 4th day, this is the 4th day, and this 4th day is when we want to look for our entries. All right, so we have breakout on Tuesday, breakout on Thursday, breakout on Friday, on the last day of this particular move, and for this particular Monday, that Monday trade. And what do we see? So we now mark our Asian highs and lows, and this is the Asian highs, this is the Asian box, London box, and New York box. So first, have we been able to establish that we are going to sell? Yes, and that's the signal, the 3 days breakout. So with time, I'm going to show us some of the things we could use. All right, now you can use this to trade any strategy of your choice, right? So the entries, usually entries are not the most important thing. All right, at times most people find it difficult to identify the trend. Okay, so which I'm sharing with you right now. So what do we see? This is the Asian high, and expect price to break it. So remember, price does two things: continue, break out, reverse, or break out, consolidate, right? So in this case, we're expecting a down move. So immediately price breaks out, and take note, is breaking out in our time, all right, in our time window. So basically, wait patiently, and immediately we see this. All right, so this is what is called change of character. All right, whatever you want to call it, that's not the most important thing. Is the most important thing is that you understand the concept. So we have this as a change of character or market structure shift. Do we have a displacement? Absolutely. Where's our displacement or fair value gap, as it were? Right, we have that as a fair value gap as well. Okay, so in this case, we can look for our sales and put our stop loss above the Asian high, and this you can do back test to understand exactly how this work more, and you can target your 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and you are good to go. Now this strategy is 9 to 10 chances in probability. What does that mean? It means that we trades that can win 90% of the time. Okay, so 90 out of 100, that's exactly what we want to do. So that's why we have to understand and pay attention. Now another thing I want to say is this: before price started coming to the downside, notice how price hunted this high. In hunting this high, price hunted the high in pushes, and we have it as 1 push, 2 pushes, and this is the 3rd push. All right, and immediately we want to see price takes out the low of the 2nd push, which probably have to be this, before we look for our sales. And as you can see, price comes and entered and tagged us in and pushed to the downside. So you might be asking, why did we not just trade from here? We don't know if price is willing to go to the downside from here. This is why we have to wait for our confirmation, and the confirmation is probably a change of character, our M pattern, or we can see, just look, let me show you something, because some of you don't really understand some things. You see, all these are just the same thing. Some, those of us who trade smart money will say, oh, trend lines don't work. Those of us who trade trend lines will say, oh, change work. Those of us who trade ICT will say nothing like change of character, nothing like trend line, right? We say, oh, it's market structure shift, displacement, break of structure, and the rest. But if you see this range, this whole thing we are seeing here now, you can see everything I just mentioned. We can find them here. Let me show you. This is a trend line. You can see that we have a trend line break. Okay, so let's say you don't trade trend line. This is a change of character. True or false? Let's say you don't believe in change of character. This is also called market structure shift. All right, this is also called turtle soup. All right, a sweep, a displacement to the downside, fair value gap, and entry. You see that these are all the same thing. So support and resistance trader, the same thing. They will mark this hole and say, oh, this is a resistance level. Do you understand? So it's just that we are viewing the market in different perspective. However, if you really want to understand exactly how I do this, you will need to watch this video again in case you don't understand, especially the 3 days breakout. You need to know it, and you need to know when to enter the trade. All right, and can you use this strategy for New York session?